Okay, some more new additions in through the door. We have here Skullfist, Head Oof the Pack. I think it's supposed to be Head of the Pack, but they put a little umlaut over here. So my German friend says that's Head Oof the Pack. Anyway, that's Skullfist. I think they are a classic heavy metal band from Alberta anyway. Next up, Hazard, Delirium. This is a thrash metal band. Apparently the artist is Andre... Can you see what that says? Anyway, did the artwork for Municipal Waste and Toxic Holocaust. So, yeah, looks thrash, doesn't it? Woodhawk. Yeah, it's just a little small little thing here. This is their third album. Again, let's see here, Violent Nature. Again, we are looking at an Alberta band. Think they are also classic heavy metal. So there's Woodhawk. From Regina, Saskatchewan, Black Thunder, and what is this album called? La Fin Creata, or something like that. Believe this is a progressive metal album, from what I've heard. Let's see here, 7 songs on here. I got this off Bandcamp, so I actually have had a chance to listen to it via Bandcamp streaming. Also, of course, the download was sent to me in an email, but now I actually have the CD as well. Oni. I don't know if you can see that title with the glare, or the cover with the glare, but anyway. Oni. Oni, which of course actually is this kind of hell-dwelling ogre-type creature in Japanese lore. But this, apparently somebody's last name here is Oni. Whether that's a stage name or not, I don't know. But anyway, released on Metal Blade here. So this is a... What is it here? Oh, it's got guest vocals by Lamb of God's Randy Blythe. And a bonus track too. All right. Anyway, pretty intense progressive metal, it seems. Interesting video. Yeah, there's the logo. Go ahead and try to read that. This is Begrime Exemius, death metal band, I believe out of Ontario. I heard this, I thought I should get it, but not right away, and then it just kept bugging me, and I just kept thinking I should get it. So here we go. Enslavement Conquest, Begrime Exemius. Borealis, I think they now have 4 or 5 albums out. Had a new one out just not that long ago, last year I think. This one here is their 2nd album, so it's a re-release, includes bonus track, progressive power metal for fans of Evergrey, Camelot, and Nocturnal Rites. Well, I have an Evergrey album, so there we go, Borealis. Sounded to me like very good power metal anyway, so hooked up with that. And then I guess this one here is probably not going to fit into the video. This is Saucier de Glace, the Purescence of Primitive Forests. The only thing is, I believe this album is a little bit, 2011, really? Okay. I seem to recall that Saucier de Glace actually were a little bit older than what I'm looking for the video, but this was one of the first Canadian black metal bands I checked out, and it wasn't easy to get most of their albums, so I got the one that I could get. Alright, so that goes in with these other ones here in the background, and the collection will continue as more things come in the mail. Oh, the cat knows I'm making a video because he's come in to talk. Okay, more to come later. Few more new additions. Tomb Mold came in. Manor of Infinite Forms. This is not the latest album, the one before that. Death metal band from Ontario. Untimely Demise, thrash band from Saskatchewan, and this is their 2013 album, Systematic Eradication. They had at least 1 album before this, City of Steel, and then 2 albums since then, plus there was an EP in there as well. So this is a little bit older one, but just listening to the samples of their albums, I felt I liked this one better than their more recent one. And here we have, this is one from Bandcamp. This is Holocaust, blackened thrash metal from Nova Scotia. I liked the sound of it. I've been listening to it on Bandcamp streaming and ordered the CD, so here's that. And then we have Zalm, Meditative Mantra Doom. Anyway, I read some mixed feelings about Zom's music. Some reviews said that there were good things about it, but also some maybe more kind of acquired taste or you've got to be into it kind of thing. But they are I guess, what, meditative mantra doom? Anyway, doom band out of New Brunswick. And I can't say I ran into a lot of bands out of New Brunswick, so I thought, oh, just get this one because I was able to. The songs on here are, let's see here, pretty long. We are looking at, 8 minutes and 26 seconds, 8 minutes 47 seconds, 13 minutes 57 seconds. So anyway, we'll see how that turns out. So that's 4 more new additions to the growing library over here. Cool. All right. It's probably going to be more coming because I ordered a lot. I've spent my budget for probably the next 3 or 4 months. Okay. Hey, everybody. End of the week here. Saturday night, end of the work week for me. Got a bunch of stuff that came in the mail during the week here. I want to share it with you. First of all, I want to show this lovely package from Endless Chaos, death metal band out of Winnipeg. Here's our CD, Endless Chaos, Paths to Contentment. Now, as well as the CD, they also sent me a nice little Endless Chaos sticker. And also got 2 Endless Chaos badges there. That's pretty cool. You know, I ordered the CD. I did get them onto Metal Music Archives. I was the one who put them on there, the biography and discography and everything, and I wrote a review of their album. So maybe that was a kind of way of saying thank you, or just it's them saying thank you for supporting their music, buying their album. They were really nice guys to communicate with anyway, or at least the one person in the band I actually corresponded with slightly when I told them about this. But anyway, that's cool. That's Endless Chaos. Then, an order I was waiting for, this is Big Brave, A Gaze Among Them. This is a kind of experimental doom drone metal band, I think they called it, out of Montreal. So, sounded interesting. I liked the album artwork, so got that. And this here, a band, I think also out of Vancouver, Dead Quiet. I think this is their first album. They have 2 albums out now. Yeah, this is their self-titled first album. So I think this one here was stoner rock. Actually, this one along with Big Brave were supposed to have arrived about 3 weeks ago. There are some delays getting orders from North America thanks to COVID-19. So Dead Quiet. And then a band I got off Bandcamp. This is Lutharo. I think they are a melodic death metal band. Anyway, female vocals, female fronted. They have 2 or 3 EPs out now. This is Unleash the Beast from a couple of years back, I think it is. But anyway, Lutharo. Lutharo. I'm not sure. It has an umlaut over the O, so maybe it's Lutharo. Bushwhacker. This is the only band I have out of the territory so far. Yukon Territory, Northwest Territories, Nunavut Territory. And in fact, Bushwhacker have relocated to Vancouver. That's where they've been the last few years. This is their second album. They have 3 albums. Recently, a new one is a concept album, narrative concept album. And then they also had this one EP, which is, I think, is a 23-minute song called Fish Guy. But anyway, this one here is The False Dilemma by Bushwhacker. I think it's basically progressive metal. Then we have this one here, which I really was interested in. Chithilist. I think it's a death metal band. Anyway, just really dark and inspired by Demilik, I think it was, out of Finland anyway. Just really interesting vocals, and this gives me shivers almost sometimes when I hear parts of it, so very glad to get a hold of that. I think they have 1 full length and 1 EP, that's all, but really cool, out of Quebec. And then just came in the door today out of the Netherlands. This is Electric Magma. I think it's a stoner rock, stoner metal instrumental band with about 5 albums out now. Very hard to get a hold of, but this one here, I believe it's their second album. It's called Karaoke Bitch Slap, which I just had to get because of the title alone. I think they actually have 6 albums now. There's like Canadian Samurai 2 is one of them, and Snail the Wah is also one of their albums. But anyway, I just like the sound of it, and it's not easy to get a hold of their albums. I tracked this one down on Discogs, so Electric Magma. I posted about this on Twitter, and then I tagged it and looked it up, and I don't see any Electric Magma posts on Twitter after 2018, so not really sure what they're doing now. Okay, and then a little bit of music playing in the background. It's Kron Goblin. I don't know if it's Kron Goblin or Krone Goblin, but there's no E at the end, so maybe just Kron Goblin. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this album of theirs too. So this is their 2nd album out of 4 albums. They just released a new one, I think at the end of last year, called Here Before. So anyway, that's what's in the door here this week. Finally, lots of orders showing up after a bit of a gap. Still got a few more coming in through the door, and in the meantime, I will be checking out other new lists. I just got information about a band called Northern Haze out of Nunavut territory, which is an all Inuit, if I'm saying that correctly anyway, all Inuit, all indigenous peoples hard rock, heavy metal band anyway, so that was pretty interesting. 2 albums out, one from 30 years ago and one more recently. Then there was a band called Breach of Trust, which I think is a kind of grunge-based heavy rock band out of Saskatchewan. And there were a couple of others. There was, PB Guan, which I don't think is entirely Aboriginal member band, but anyway, at least 1 or 2 of the members are. So that's interesting because that's one of the things I was hoping to find as I looked around in bands from Canada, that I would not only be finding Anglophonic or Francophonic bands, but that there would also be bands of Indigenous people as well, First Nations people who were doing hard rock, heavy metal, and that sort of thing. So I found a few so far. They're going to be interesting to check out. That's where it is now. More stuff coming in later on. I'll be back with news about that. There it is. Okay, acquisition update. This just in. Blood Ceremony, the Eldritch Dark. Actually, this is not part of my project. It's just that I read that this is, anyway, the highest rated Blood Ceremony album. I have the most recent one, Lord of Misrule. However, this one here is really mentioned a lot, and I thought, well, I should probably get it. And I went to Amazon Japan, and it seemed that it was only available, like super expensive import. Then I checked Amazon Canada. It was like $34. I thought, what the heck? So I looked around on Discogs a bit, and then I thought, I'll just check Amazon.com, and there it was for $13 and something US, plus whatever, $7 shipping or something. So not too bad. Anyway, easy to get a copy of it, where it was difficult everywhere else. Why does things like that happen? Anyway, Blood Ceremony, there we go. Okay, things that were part of the project, that are part of the project. Here is Death Valley Driver, Graveyard Dead. This is a band out of Prince Edward Island. Now, as a bit of a story here, I actually placed several orders for albums through Bandcamp, and most of them were coming out of Canada directly, and many of them came right away. Within a week or 2 weeks, I had them. But there were some that were not showing up after 3 or 4 weeks, and so I just sent a message off to those respective bands and asked, did you happen to notice my order? Because I know that these orders are being sent out often by members of the band, and if they're busy with stuff, I understand if something kind of, slips through the cracks. So I did, and this wasn't Death Valley Driver, this was the label anyway, and they said, oh yeah, sorry, we got your order, we'll ship it out for you tomorrow, and within a week I had it, so no problem there. Couple of other bands, they also said same thing, like, oh yeah, sorry, we got your order, we had it ready to ship out, whatever. Anyway, a couple of other ones were shipped out, but 2 weeks have passed, I still haven't seen them yet. So there have been a couple of strange things like with ordering recently. For example, here's Phobocosm. I ordered this through one company. I actually ordered 2 albums from them at the same time, same order. This arrives a few days later. The other one hasn't shown up yet. It's
been a few days ago now, so I'm hoping the other one will show up soon. Another album, I ordered a Striker album through that company. It was due June 18th. As of the day of this recording, it's July 18th. I still haven't seen it. I've placed 4 other orders with them this year. Most of them have been showing up on time, but yeah, anyway, they say they'll send out another one for me if I want. A couple other things, like just some person on Discogs had an album I wanted by a band called Void, I think. Anyway, so I sent him a message about shipping to Japan. He replied a couple of days later. I said, oh, okay, well, I'll place the order then. Place the order. And on Discogs, when you place the order, then the seller has to send you an invoice. And most people do it within 24 hours. There have been times where the whole transaction, from me ordering to receiving the invoice to making the PayPal payment to them confirming the payment to them shipping it, has been like 12 hours or so. So I send this guy an order, and 11 days have passed. I haven't heard anything. No invoice yet. Sent him a message saying, hey, if you still got the CD, I want to order it. And there's been some others, like one band, I found out I could get an album through them, but the shipping was a bit high, so I sent them a message asking, hey, can you reduce the shipping? Week later. First it was like they responded the next day. And yeah, sure, just let us know your address and then we can go check out with the post office. Well, a week passed, so I sent them another message and, oh yeah, so send us your address. Like, I did, but okay, I'll send it to you again, you know, no rush, just let me know when. But another few days have passed since then, so. Apparently it is not easy to buy Canadian metal albums. However, I do have one sunshine story here. This is Instantia, Ghosts. They released this album in 2010. It is their only album. It is a progressive symphonic power metal album that seems to have been rated very highly and gets a lot of good reviews. And I listened to it on YouTube and I thought, okay, that's cool, yeah. I'll try to get a hold of it. Amazon Japan, download only. Amazon.com, download only. Discogs, over 4,000 yen. It was the cheapest price. That's like around 40 bucks or so. Then I checked some sellers in Japan, like Tower Records, HMV, Disc Union. All of them had it for the same price, like 2,703 yen. It's like over $25. So I thought, that's kind of curious. They all have it for the same price. So then I checked to see who I could order it from, and all of them said out of stock or must be ordered from the manufacturer. Well, if it's from 10 years ago and nobody else is selling it, I was pretty sure that if I ordered it from those sellers, they probably couldn't get it either. So I was just about ready to give up, and then I did this quick search for the CD and found someone on Yahoo Auction selling it for 1,190 yen. Remember now, HMV 2,700, Tower Records same, Discogs over 4,000. Here it was 1,190 yen. That's like $10. So I decided to order, and then I got a notice that if I order using the Yahoo Auction application, I get a 500 yen coupon. So I did that. I paid 690 yen for this album. It's used, but in really excellent condition. So there's one little sunshine story there to come up. After all this stuff about albums not showing up and people not responding to my orders or orders not being sent out, I was expecting to have a stack of albums to show you today, but not. Oh well, maybe in another week or two, we hope. Hey, I got some more stuff in through the door this week, and I'm very excited to tell you about some of it here. First of all, we're going to take a look at this band here. This is a band called Terrifier. This is a thrash metal band out of Vancouver. This is their second album, Weapons of Thrash Destruction. Pretty cool, I've actually already listened to it. It's a pretty good, solid thrash metal album. Okay, then let's see here. Cauldron, Tomorrow's Lost. Now, I've already picked up a Cauldron album, their latest one, New Gods, and I thought it was really good. I didn't actually want to start buying a second album of any bands yet because I wanted to get in as many bands as I felt I should have in the beginning. However, I really liked the cover and I really liked the New Gods album, and I found this one here for a really good price. So I ordered it. There we go. Cauldron, Tomorrow's Lost. Okay, Uncle Tar. Checked out the video of Ken mode. Ken apparently stands for Kill Everyone Now. Kill Everyone Now mode. Ken mode. Anyway, this is their 4th album, their most recent one. I think it was from 2018 now. Yeah. Loved. Anyway, I listened just a little bit on YouTube, as maybe you saw in an earlier video, and I thought, okay, it's interesting. I'm going to check it out. So here we go. Ken mode. Noise metal from Manitoba, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Okay, here's a band that is not going to make it into the final feature simply because they're too old. This is The Agonist, and their 4th album, Eye of Providence. They recently released a 6th album. I don't remember if it was this year or last year. Just earlier this year, I think, actually. But anyway, they seem to be one of the bigger Canadian metal bands, more well-known. And actually, their former vocalist, Alyssa White-Gluz, is it? Gluz? Anyway, she is currently the lead vocalist of Arch Enemy. And in fact, there was a kind of story about that where she went off to sing for Arch Enemy and had every intention of coming back to The Agonist, which she helped form, actually. But the rest of the band thought, well, okay, so she's left us. And they went out and got a new singer, Vicky Sarasis or something like that. But anyway, she first appears on here. Does it say on here? Vicky Sarakis. There we go. It says right actually on here. Vicky Sarakis. Anyway, yeah. So this is her first album with the band. And of course, this actually led to this whole kind of tension and bad vibes between the band members of The Agonist and Alyssa White-Gluz. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name yet. But anyway, long story, but that is. And anyway, but I got this one here. I've listened to it once so far. Sounds really good. Okay, so that's The Agonist. But yeah, they formed back in 2003, 2004. So they're a little bit too old for my target here for the episode 36 at the end of the year. And speaking of old bands, here's Voivod, The Wake. I waited to get this long enough. It came out already 2 years ago. I got the double disc version here. So the second disc includes their Post Society EP, which I had been thinking of getting, and some live tracks from the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise, something like that. Anyway, Voivod, The Wake, a lot of praise coming for this album, saying it's as good as their, or harkens back to their glory days. So yeah, alright, had to get it. And then here comes the interesting story. So there's this band Viathan. I checked them out, progressive power metal type band, and I decided to order this album here, Cynosure. However, after a few weeks, I wasn't receiving it, and so I contacted the band and asked about it, and they said, oh yes, we got your order, we're terribly sorry, we forgot to post it, so we'll put it in the mail for you with a little something extra. And so the little something extra that came along with the CD I ordered included their first album, so now I have both of their albums, and this really nice big Viathan sticker up here, and they also sent me a Viathan t-shirt. I mean, how cool is that? So yeah, I was totally floored when I saw this. Like, wow, 2 CDs, a t-shirt, and wow, that's awesome. So yeah, I had to post about it on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and send the band a message to say thank you. So in case you happen to see this again, Viathan folks, once again, thank you. I'm really happy for this. That's wonderful. Okay, now there was one interesting thing that happened today. I was checking out a few other bands and ordering some albums, and I found this one band called Villainizer, who apparently play terrorist metal. And yeah, if you're sensitive about the 9/11 thing, as I think we all should be, perhaps the album is a little bit offensive. However, if you take it as black humor, we've got a lot of that going around anyway, it's kind of all right. And, you know, the price of the album was $9.11. $9.11, right? Anyway, I found out their music is on Bandcamp, and I was able to order the CD through something called Big Cartel website. Anyway, so I ordered it, and I was very happy about that. And then I got the receipt from PayPal, and it said that my order from Ravenous EH. I thought, Ravenous, but I already ordered their album. Why am I getting a second confirmation of an order from Ravenous? I don't want to order the album again. It's a really good album, but I don't need to order it again. I want the Villainous album. So I sent out a message, and then somebody contacted me just a few hours later. In fact, I just checked it a few minutes ago. And he said that the Villainous CDs were all destroyed. and the website is supposed to be shut down for purchasing anyway, so he's not sure how I was able to actually order something from it, but he'll look into that and give me a refund. So that's kind of a weird story. All the CDs were destroyed. I wonder why. But anyway, here's the album cover for Villainizer Reign and Terror. Looks a little bit like something from Slayer, doesn't it, right? Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was really cool, and yeah, that sounded good. I guess now I've been searching the internet to see if there aren't any CDs out there somewhere, like Discogs or something, but apparently no. So if I want it, if I really want it, I will have to go to Bandcamp and just order the download, which I've been avoiding. But anyway, I think that's a lot of stuff now to tell you about. I've been receiving CDs the last 2 months. And the video is going to get longer and longer, so let's end it here, and then I will introduce the next batch of CDs coming in over the next couple of months in another video. Alright, let's end it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.